Right. Hi guys. Don't know that straight. Okay, I just had this little idea. Hi, by the way. Of doing a video, mainly for Billy with his coding, just to help him because he's always watching YouTube. He's always learning stuff from YouTube. So I thought to myself, well, what better way to help him with the Python stuff? To just do a little video. To you, Rosie, just in case you think this is all about Billy, which it probably is because it's coding, but if you can think of any ideas or stuff that I can do for you, then comment down below. Or just maybe you can do a video for me of making a, I don't know, cake in a mug or something like that so we can sort it out and fiddle with it. Anyway, I think that's all I was going to say for now. I think the only other things I was going to say briefly was Billy, the tab key is there, just you probably know that. I'm just going to say that when I'm talking about the coding in a minute. And also I was going to say to do the screen recording, I'm going to be wearing your headphones and using your microphone because I found out last night that your microphone does work. Anyway, that's all for now. We're going to probably switch over to a screen recording with me talking. There might be a sound difference between me talking now and the screen recording, but we'll find out. Okay, thumbs up. See you in a minute. Bye.
Okay then, Billy. For reasons you will understand, this is now the third time I'm doing this, but anyway, here we go again. So I'm going to probably run through this a little bit quickly because, as you might remember, my main machine here doesn't have a lot of space to take recordings, so off we go. So I've changed my desktop here to London Bridge, so it looks a little bit like yours, so you feel a little bit at home. I'm hoping on your desktop you might have idle Python. Just in case you don't, down the bottom here, if you look in all programs, scroll down till you find Python, you might find idle's not in there, but idle is in there. Not going to click on it because mine's on the desktop and I actually think yours is too. So what we're going to do is double click on that to open up Python, and the first thing we're going to do is go to File, New File. Now that's going to open up another window. This is where we're going to write our program, or you are mainly. I've already written mine. Now the first thing we're going to do is save it. Now we haven't done anything yet, but we're just going to save the file and name it. We're going to select desktop over here so we know it's going to appear on the desktop, and we're going to call it Billy 3. Now don't worry about that, you can call yours whatever you like, and you do that as long as you remember what it's called. Press enter and you will have a copy of this file somewhere on your desktop. I'm not going to find it now, I don't need to, but this is Billy 3 file. Now I have already written this program. I'm going to tell, oh no, I deleted that as well. Okay, don't worry, we have to draw that very, very quickly. So this is a game. I think we've roughly done it before, of a guy crossing a river. Let's have another one. He's got to do this. This one part of my plan. That'll do. Do that as well. Fill it. Now in the river, so there's going to be a man. We've got no man. We'll make him a star. Nice man there. That's our man. And in the river, there are going to be 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh! I don't want to waste too much time doing this. 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be 3 lines of stepping stones, right? Now the guy has to have 3 stages of stepping across the river. This is going to be a text-based program like we've done in the beginning. It's going to involve random, which I know you like. Can't remember if we've done this stepping stones program or not, but I rewrote it anyway. And so basically this guy, you the player, is going to have to guess a number the computer is also going to get a random number, and the theory is that if you step on the same stone that the computer has selected, you get to cross that level. And then the same is done for the second level of 3, and the third for the third level of 3, and then you're across the river. So, and you've successful. But I did discover, and I'll explain this in the program, that really you are not trying to guess the same number as the computer. You can basically step on the other 2 stones that the computer guesses. In other words, if the computer selected stone number 2, you can step on 1 or 3. If the computer selected stone 3, you can step on 1 or 2. Basically, the reason why I've turned it around that way is so that you stand a better chance of getting across the river. Because if you had to just guess exactly the same one, believe me, it takes forever. So that's an explanation of the game. Okay, cancel, we'll just drop it down the bottom in case I need it. Right, the file itself is somewhere on my desktop. I should have put my glasses on. That's not the one with instructions on it. And I've got to say this a little bit quickly, Billy, because I know my computer runs out of time. Let's try this one. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's try edit with Pridle. Not that one, no. Let's try this one. That's the one. Right. So I'm going to get rid of your Billy 3, but you wouldn't do this. Let's just pretend this is your blank one. This is one that I've already written. I would like you ideally to type all of this out, but not the red bits. Let's just stretch this out, because the red bits, as we know, start with a hash, and a computer doesn't take any notice of stuff after a hash. So you don't have to do that. That's just to explain what's going on. So just going through this line by line, I'm going to have to quickly grab, I'll quickly grab my glasses if I could see them. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, okay, we're back on with glasses. Right, let's go through this, and I'll have to go through this quickly. But fortunately, you know some of this stuff. Import random. We know this imports the random module so that the computer can select a random number. Okay, main code equals true. Now, main code is like a box or a drawer or a variable, to use its right term. We're just filling it up with, we'd say the word true, but this is a special kind of box or variable where it can only be 2 things. It can either be true with a capital T, or down here false with a capital F. And they're the only 2 things that main code can be. So whereas sometimes we'd fill it up with a word or a number, in this case using the word true says that main code can only either be true or false. The reason why we're doing that is so that all of the main program, or the main code, is written in this main code loop. And this line here, the start of the loop, says while main code. Now that basically means, although it doesn't say it, while main code is true, run this loop. Okay, in other words, run the game as long as main code equals true. Now if we get down to here where it says if play again equals n, now this is a question that we're asked at the end of the game. Do you want to play again? Where's my mouse gone? Yes or no. Now if play again equals n for no, main code equals false. Now that suggests that we come out of this main loop. Right, I'll leave it like that for now. Carry on. Print. This is basic stones. This is just the title. It's a simple print command. You know about that. You can change this to whatever you want. This is just saying what the name of our game is. Now here we've got another box tray or variable equals 0. This is called go counter. So it sets up counting goes. So basically a guy crossing the bridge, sorry, not the bridge, the stones, is going to have 1 go, 2 goes, 3 goes, and then he's over. So we're setting this game up to have 3 goes. Now at the beginning, counter equals 0, so that's kind of like 0 is going to be the first go. Okay. Now we go into another loop. So while go counter, this one is less than 3, so we're basically saying go counter could be 0, it could be 1, or it could be 2, but not 3. So it'll only run 3 times and then it'll come out of this loop. Okay, so we're setting up that. So while go counter is less than 3, first time around it'll be 0, we'll carry on. We're setting up another variable or box or drawer, whatever you call it, and it's your old favourite random number. Now it's a number between 1 and 3. It's not actually between 1 and 3. I've sussed this out now. 1 and 3 are included. So the random number could be 1, 2 or 3. Okay, so that's when the computer fills Stonebox up with its random number. Now here we're setting up another box, tray or variable for what the player's guess is going to be. So input what is your guess, 1, 2 or 3. So in my jump variable, it's going to be the player's guess, 1, 2 or 3. Right, now we get into comparing the player's guess with the computer stone. Now first step is to convert my jump into a number. We know about this int. It could be int to convert it into a number, or str for string to convert into a string. So we needed to convert it into a number. And this sign, hashbang equals, means doesn't equal. It's not the same. Down here is an example of equal equal, which means it must equal. But here, this is the special sign for doesn't equal. So this bit, if my jump, if the guess doesn't equal the computer's guess, it means carry on. Now just to jump out, this is why I was describing this, because if you guessed there and the computer guessed there, sorry, I'm pointing but you can't see it, so if you guessed there, the computer guessed there, then it doesn't equal the computer. If the computer guessed here, you could pick either of those numbers. Next line, if the computer guessed here, you could pick either of them and you'd get through. So as I was explaining earlier, by using the doesn't equal sign, it increases your chances to get across the river. So let's assume this was okay. You're on a safe stone. It will print, well done, you stepped on the stone. So that's a straightforward print command. You can change that writing to whatever you want. Now the next step is just to check how many goes you've had. At the moment the computer, we've been on 0 number go, we've been on 0 number go. It says if counter equals 2. Well, on the first loop we'll be on 0, so it won't. But if we've looped round a few times, eventually it will equal 2. If it does equal 2, and you've done this all successfully, you would print, congratulations, you've made it to the other side. So again, you can change that word to, you know, you're a super trooper or whatever you want to say. The next line would be break, which breaks out of the loop. In other words, it breaks out of this whole loop here. It goes, oh, didn't want to do that. It goes and jumps down to this bit. We'll explain this bit in a minute. Actually, we'll step to it. So if you've got to the other side, next step would be break. You'd come out and it would ask you, you've kind of like got to the other side. That's kind of like the end of the game. Do you want to play again? For now, we'll just jump here. So we've said, this is the good side. Well done, you've stepped on a stone. We'll just do a check to see if you've got to the other side. But if you've got a wrong stone, if it does equal his stone, which going back to my picture just to demonstrate, if you pick that one, and the computer had picked that one, that would be boom. You're gonna crash and burn. And so if it's that option, print sorry you fell in the water. Again, you can change the word to whatever you want. You know, got eaten by a crocodile or got dragged away by a tortoise or whatever. And after that, we have this break command again, which jumps out of this loop because obviously, so you fell in the water, that's kind of like game over. Do you want to play again? Now, if you've survived that on go 0, you would have, well done, you've stepped. It will go round here, counter equals counter +1, which means you're adding a go. So the 0 go would +1 become 1 go. It would go back to the beginning of the loop, but you would be on number 1, go through, successfully stepped on a stone, come round here, 1 + 1 is 2, so next time you'll be on 2, successfully got across the stone. If you would now be equal to, and it will say congratulations, you got to the other side. That's explained most of that, probably not very well, but I think you're going to make sense of some of it from before. If we do jump out of these 2 breaks, we come here. This play again is just a box, draw or variable that we're setting up, and it equals input, which we're asking for the player to input something. Do you want to play again, yes or no? So we're looking for Y or N to go into this box, and we say if play again box equals N, main code equals false, which, like we said right at the beginning, this is the special way of jumping out of the whole main loop and basically closing the game down. Okay, that's that, Billy. Now we can run this here very briefly. I think it starts up its own window. F5 or run. Straight away, this is our title, this is the basic stones guess. What is your guess? 1, 2 or 3? We'll say 2. Sorry, I've fallen in the water straight away. Do I want to play again? Yes. Now it does keep on doing that, Billy, and I'm not going to analyse it, but it doesn't always do it. That's the weird thing. So we just have to persevere. Let's go with 3. Oh, I've fell in the water again. I do want to play again, and it does that. Okay, let's not worry about it. But another way of trying it out is to actually, you will have to be saving your program. Don't forget that. I'm going to save this Billy program. Now if we run it straight from here, see whether it runs any better. Same thing, but in the actual Pi window. I'm going to guess 2. I've crossed the river at 2. I'm going to go 2 again. I've crossed the river at 2. I'm going to go 2 again. Ah, I fell in the water. Right, so not successful there. I am going to play again. See, it runs a lot better in here for some reason. So my guess is going to be 3 this time. 2. 1. Well done, congratulations, I crossed to the other side. So it does work. We'll just play the game once more. Let's see whether it survives. So it's not throwing that error, which is good. So we go for 2. Well done. Level, next level. I'm going to bleed cross it all. Oh, sorry, I fell in. Now this is just an example. This time I'm going to say no, I don't want to play again, and press enter, and it closes the game down. Right, okay, that's that. I'm going to have to wrap up pretty quick, Billy. I just wanted to show you on this file, if you want to kind of like cheat and just try and copy it all. Let's just reduce that. If you did want to copy it all, Billy, you can always just scoot it all and go copy and then paste it into your blank one. Different, or you can do control A, control C, which is the same thing. But anyway, that's just showing if you wanted to cheat. But I think typing it out, even if you didn't type it out all in one session, Billy, you done some, you saved it and come back to it another time. It'd be great to be able to write, literally write your own program. But the other thing I just wanted to show you is if you log on to your Billy on Google, like I say, go over to these dots, go on to Drive, you will see on Drive that I have put Billy Program PY, so you can probably right click on it and download it. I won't do it here, but download it onto your computer at home. Okay then, Billy, I don't know how well I've done this time, but I'm definitely going to try and save it because I deleted it last time. I'm going to say a big goodbye, and I'll see you next time, and have fun with some coding. Okay, love you too, Rosie, if you watched it as well. Okay, bye.